Hello and welcome back. We are carrying on with our series of taking a look at different types of electronic components. Today's component is the potentiometer. Now, you've done an earlier exercise where you used the potentiometer, something like what I'm holding in my hand, this little blue thing with 3 legs, and you've used it to try and increase or decrease the brightness of an LED. And these are really very useful devices. Basically, a potentiometer is a variable resistor. It's a resistor whose resistance can be varied by mechanically rotating a knob. And most commonly, you would find it in, for example, a fan regulator or the volume control on a radio and so on. Anywhere where you see a smooth rotary knob, most likely behind it is a potentiometer. Now, there are all kinds of and manner of potentiometers. I'm going to just show you a few of them. This little one that you saw is technically called a trim pot because it's a tiny device, and this large one that you see here is what is a proper potentiometer. Now, this has a shaft or a knob shaft that sticks out, and you can see some threads here. So this is meant for fitting on a panel, and then you put a knob over the shaft, and then you can use that for volume or for fan regulation and so on. Inside this metal casing, there is an element which is usually composed of carbon that forms a resistive element, and there are 3 legs, the starting and the end of the carbon track, and then the center point which is connected through what's known as a wiper, a contact that touches the carbon track that rotates as you rotate the knob. And it's kind of same with the trim pot as well. Now, like I said, there are many kinds of these. This one is what's known as a single turn, and it is a specific size. You can get larger ones, smaller ones. You can get pots that have multiple turns, like maybe 5 or 10 turns. Especially with the smaller ones, you get precision trim pots where you use a little screwdriver, and they are used for fine adjustments or trimming or calibration in many circuits. Here's a circuit board I have where we are using this potentiometer that's connected to the Arduino, and during code we can use that property of the potentiometer as an input signal for the Arduino. We have connected this to the analog input of your Nano, and we can use that value to do a bunch of things like maybe increase or decrease the volume of this buzzer and stuff like that. What I have on the screen is a representation of what this little trim pot looks like. You can see it has a fixed end, 2 fixed ends, 1 and 2, and a variable leg which is marked green. And we also see the symbol, how it is represented when you're drawing it with the pins marked, and also how it looks kind of physically if you kind of draw the construction of it with the resistive track shown in blue, and as I told you, the wiper that moves, that's connected to your leg 2. Here's a little animation of what happens as you move the wiper on a potentiometer. The legs are named A, B, and C. So as you rotate clockwise, resistance between A and B increases, but between B and C it decreases, and vice versa. And you can notice how it is shown in this symbolic representation here as the wiper moves. So that's a little bit about potentiometers. Like I said, it's again a big field, lots and lots of different kinds and types and specifications and so on. But it's good to know what some of these basic components do and how useful they are. So I'll see you around the next time.